So balikan lang natin yung types of problem, ano? Okay, wait lang. I-share ko lang sa screen. Wait lang po. Okay, so visible naman po yung ating presentation. Nakikita po?
Yes po.
Okay. So balikan natin ano, so diniscuss natin, naputol tayo dito sa types of problem, ano. So ito nga ay isa sa mga components ng casework, yung apat na piece, ano, the problem, meron tayong the problem, the place, the process, and the person. Ayan. So at dito tayo naputol sa problem, ano. So we have three types of problem. Kasama na rin dito yung presenting problem. So magiging isang 4. So pag sinabi nga nating immediate problem, ano, so ito yung nakikita natin na kailangan agad ay matugunan. So this is the client is most concerned about. So this causes the current difficulty, and in turn, the clients perceive the need for help. So ito yung pini-perceive ni client na kailangan niya na ihingi ng tulong. Okay? So ito daw usually the presenting problem but not all the time. So may mga pagkakataon na yung immediate problem ay isa na rin nagiging presenting problem pero hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon. So kasi pag sinabi natin presenting problem, yun nandito sa baba. So this is a threat to the client's or others' welfare and usually stated or presented as it being perceived or experienced by the client. So usually ang presenting problem naggagaling o nagmumula dun sa kliyente natin. So kung ano yung kanyang perceive as his or her problem. Okay? So that's the presenting problem. Kung ano ang sinabi, ano ang inihingi ng tulong ni client doon sa worker. Pag sinabi naman nating underlying problem, ito na yung overall situation. Ano? Created and tends to perpetuate the immediate problem. This is the overall situation na siya pang nagpapalala doon sa immediate problem. And then the working problem, these are contributory factors that stand in the way of both remedy and prevention and must be dealt with if change is to take place. So, kumbaga, sa working problem, ito yung mga contributory factors na nakakadagdag pa para hindi masolusyonan yung mga nakikitang problema doon sa isang client. Okay. So nagkaroon tayo dito ng sample yung kay Lina. So pina-assignment natin last time. So now isa-isahin natin alin dito yung immediate, underlying, and working problem. So unahin natin yung immediate. So based on sa situation, alin kaya dito yung immediate? Sige daw. So you can type your answer po or pwede mag-open ng mic. Alin po dito yung immediate problem? So I hope ay nasagutan nyo na rin po kasi ito ay pina-assignment naman po sa inyo last time. So what will be the immediate problem in this case? Sige daw. Magtatawag ba ako or meron o magbo-volunteer na magsagot? Sige, si Clarice. Alin kaya dito yung immediate problem?
Sir, yung immediate problem po ni client dito is kung paano po siya makakabili ng milk for her baby. And paano niya po mapapa-check up yung baby niya.
Okay,
yung
so
mga basic needs po ng baby.
So more on the basic needs of the baby. So itong sentence na nasa una, She could not provide for her child, the needs for child's medical checkup, buy milk for her baby. So that's the immediate problem. So how about naman dun sa underlying? So usually pag underlying, medyo madami sa. So ano kaya dito yung mga underlying problem? Sige. Underlying problem. So ayan, may nag-chat. Jobless. Okay, so tama po yun. Ano pa? The client is jobless. Has no other support. Tama din po. Ano pa yung ating underlying dito? Meron pang dalawa. Bukod dito sa jobless. Okay, her partner abandoned her. Ano pa?
Support system po.
Support system. Asan yung support system? Ayan, meron pa dito nakalagay. Hindi natanggal. Partner's family with whom she used to live refused to accept her back. So, underlying pa rin siya. And then, may isa pang nawawala. Itong, she does not have anybody to turn to for their daily subsistence. So, based on the situation, meron tayong 5 underlying problem. So, ito yung mga bagay o mga problemang mas nagpapalala pa doon sa immediate problem ni Lina. So we have 5. And then, the working problem. So ano yung magiging working problem natin dito? Working.
Sir, yung pinaka-last po.
Yung pinaka-last na?
Yung sa adoption po ng baby.
Yan. She's thinking up of giving up her baby for adoption and expressed she does not want to give up her baby, but she feels she has no choice. Okay? So, to sum up, so ito yung, wait lang. Ayan. So nakita natin, ang immediate problem ay yung baby's needs, yung pangangailangan for medical check-up, to buy for a milk, and then the underlying, the jobless, has no other source of support, and then does not have anybody to turn to for their daily subsistence. Tapos yung inabandon na siya ng kanyang live-in partner, and then yung refusal, noong partner's family, and then the working problem, yung thinking of adoption. Ayan. So, yun po, yung ating tatlong uri ng problem. So we have the immediate, the underlying, and we have the working problem. Okay? Ayan. So that's under the components po ng ating problem. So next, so okay na tayo doon sa problem, the person. So ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin yung the place. So when we say place, so isa ito sa mga components din ng casework, and pag sinabi nating place, it pertains to the agency. So yung agency na magbibigay ng tulong doon sa taong may problema. So this is a structure by which it organizes and delegates its responsibility and tasks and governing policies and procedures that stabilizes and systematizes its operation. Established as a result of communities concerned to meet certain needs of people. So its mission, goals, vision, programs, and services are set up to address these needs. Ayan. So sa pamagitan ng agency, madideliver natin yung different programs, services, at based on our assessment, makikita na agad natin kung yung bang agency ay tutugon ba dun sa pangangailangan ni client. So from that, makikita natin na Kailangan bang i-refer? Kailangan bang i-transfer si client from other agency? Baka kasi may mga pagkakataon na hindi pala angkop yung agency ninyo na na magbigay ng tulong doon sa cases ng iyong client. So, employ staff to carry out its function. So, sino ba yung ina-employ natin? So, walang iba kundi yung social worker that represents both the agency and the profession. Okay? So, that's the agency or the place. So, next, we have also the process. Ano? So, ito na yung kukumpleto dun sa ating 4 na piece. Ano? The person, the problem, the place, and the process. Okay, so sa ating client-worker relationship, so gumagamit tayo ng problem-solving process as a helping, analytical, and therapeutic process involved in the dynamic client-worker relationship. It is to help the client use and mobilize his or inner and outer resources with his or her maximum participation for effective social functioning. So, using the problem-solving process or the helping process, ano, so hindi lang si mismong worker yung gagalaw, tatrabaho during the process. Ano, so, nandyan yung pagtrabaho din mismo ni client. Ano, so, hindi lang si worker. It is to equip client with a way of coping with problems in the future. The goal is to help client cope effectively as possible with problems in carrying out social tasks and relationships which are perceived and felt stressful. Okay? So, yun po yung ating 4 components ng casework, the 4 P's. The problem, the person, the place, and the process. Okay. So, to continue, so, i-discuss natin yung social work problem-solving process. Ayan. So, pag sinabi natin social work problem-solving process, this is a series of planned activity in sequential stage. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong sinusunod na step-by-step process with the goal of achieving an effective solution to a problem. So, hindi lang sa basta-basta, na nagsabi ng problema ay agad nating ibibigay yung kanyang pangangailangan. So, merong mga sequential stages or step-by-step process tayong susundin. Each phase or stage of the process requires the application and use of necessary social knowledge and skills to effectively assist the clients in their respective difficulty or problems. Ayan. So, saan ba nag-originate yung tinatawag nating problem-solving process? So, this is essentially an adaptation of the classic scientific method. So, PSP is based on reflective thought that begins with a feeling of doubt or confusion. In order to solve a problem, a person follows a rational procedure consisting of steps in an orderly sequence referred to as the 5 phases of reflective thinking. So yun, so tulad ng nasabi kanina, so it follow a step, a sequential process or stage in order to solve a problem. So in 1940s, George Polya, a mathematics professor, developed a model which he intended to be used as guide by anyone engaged in problem solving. Ayan. So dito pinapakita lang naman yung differences noong problem solving model. So according to John Dewey and according to George Polya. So ito yung kanilang process So kay John Dewey, ni-recognize muna niya yung difficulty. So this pertains more on the assessment process yung recognition of the problem, recognition of the difficulty of the client. Kay George Polya naman, understanding the problem, situation, goal, and conditions. So more on assessment part pa rin kung ilalapat natin sa dun sa helping process ng social work. So number 2, define, specify the difficulty. So more on the assessment pa rin ito pagdating kay John Dewey. Pero kay George Polya, devise a plan. So more on nasa planning stage na siya. So number 3, raising suggestion, possible solution. Ayan. So more on planning stage pa rin. Ano? Carry out the plan. So more on nasa implementation na naman itong kay George Polya since kine-carry out na niya yung mga plano. And then number 4, selecting solution. So more on planning stage pa rin. Ano? And then the evaluate the plan, implementation, and results. So dito naman, on the helping process natin, so nandun na siya sa part ng evaluation. And the number 5, kay John Dewey, carry out the solution. So papasok dito yung implementation. So kung titingnan natin mas detalyado ay yung kay George Polya kasi meron siyang evaluation. So dito kay John Dewey ay walang evaluation process. Ano? Okay. So according to Helen Harris Perlman, so si Helen Harris Perlman ay sikat doon sa problem solving model. So si ay author ng problem solving framework in social work. She described the social work process as a progressive transaction between the professional helper and the client, consisting of a series of problem solving operations. So gaya ng sinasabi ko nung nakaraan, so ang kaibahan lang talaga ng problem solving process natin in social work, nandyan yung relationship between the social worker and the client. There is a progressive transaction between the helper and the client. And yon, katulad din ng other problem solving process, may sinusundan din naman tayo mga proseso or mga stages. Ang kaibahan nga lang talaga ay yung nag-i-exist ang relationship between the client and the worker. Okay. So according to Helen Harris Perlman, so meron daw tayong steps in problem solving. So number 1 ay yung study. Okay. So study the facts that constitute and bear upon the problem must be ascertained and grasped. So more on pag-aaralan yung problema ng client. Ayan. So saan ba ang pinagmumulaan o saan ba nanggagaling yung problema? So number 2, diagnosis. The facts must be thought about, turned over, probed into, and organized in the mind, examined in their relationships to one another, and search for their significance. So sa diagnosis, so makakompare natin dito, ito, doon sa tinatawag nating pagbuo ng assessment statement. So dito papasok na yung professional judgment natin as a worker. Bakit nga ba nag-e-exist yung problema? Bakit nagkaroon ng problema? And papasok din dito, ano ba yung posibilidad na matugunan o ma-resolve yung problema? So number 3, we have treatment. Some choice or decision must be made as an end result of consideration of the particular facts with the intention of resolving the problem. Dito naman, papasok na yung more on the implementation side. So paano ba natin tutugunan yung problema? Ano ba yung mga pwedeng interventions na ibigay natin doon sa client? Okay? Ayan. So we have generic steps in social work problem solving process. So una, so nandyan yung recognition or definition of problem. Engagement with the client system. Yan. So alamin muna natin, so ano ba yung problema? Yan. So number 2, data collection. So through data collection, so mas mapapalalim natin yung pag-unawa doon sa problema ng ating client. So number 3, we have assessment of the situation. So napapasok yung assessment statement natin or the professional judgment. So number 4, goal setting and the planning of action. So more on planning, so more on pagpaplano, paano matutugunan yung problema. So number 4, intervention or carrying out the action. And then number 6, we have evaluation. And lastly, we have termination. So in short, ito yung tinatawag nating apayet. Ano? So the assessment, the planning, the implementation, evaluation, and the termination. Apayet. Okay? So, next, so may tanong dito, is problem-solving process and helping process the same? So kung titingnan natin, ang problem-solving process is a cognitive process. Same with the social work helping process. Parehas ang cognitive process. Meron siyang step-by-step procedure, meron siyang sequence, kung paano tutugunan yung problema. So ito, sa problem-solving, it is a rational procedure. So same with social work helping process, rational procedure din siya. And then it also follows a sequential step pag sinabi natin problem solving. So ganoon din naman ang social work helping process. Ang kaibahan lang talaga ni social work helping process, it involves a relationship between two parties. So sino yung may relationship? The worker and the client system. And then usually guided tayo sa social work helping process doon sa meron tayong mga sinusunod na professional values, ethical principles, na siyang nagiging guide on the relationship between the worker and the client. Okay. Okay. So dito, dinifferentiate lang natin yung proseso pagdating sa primary methods of social work, the casework, the group work, and the CO. Pero kung ating susumahin, so nakaangkla pa rin sa doon sa ating generic helping process. Ano yung apayet? The assessment, the planning, implementation, evaluation, and termination. So pasadahan lang din natin. So ito namang sa group work and CO, madidiscuss natin pag nandun na tayo sa topic about group work and CO. So under casework, so according to Florence Hollis, so ito daw yung proseso. So defining the general nature problem presented. So more on assessment pa rin papasok. Psychological study, assessment phase pa rin yan. Diagnosis and formulation of treatment plan. So more on nasa planning na. So treatment, implementation na yan. And then evaluation. Okay? Yung kay Robert Binter, so this is under the group work process. So, nandyan yung intake. So, assessment pa rin yan. Diagnosis and treatment planning, we're on planning yan. Group composition, group development and treatment. So, ibig sabihin, medyo nandun ka na sa implementation part ng generic social work process. And then the evaluation and termination. Sa CO naman, so more on the recognition of the problem. So assessment pa rin yan. Number 2, analysis of the problem or assessment. So still, nandun pa rin sa assessment. Planning or consideration of the action to be taken. So planning stage na ito. Number 4, action. So more on the execution of the plans and initiation of the service or project. So ibig sabihin, nandun tayo sa implementation part. And then number 5, evaluation. So ito yung ating steps in the social work helping process. So ito yung tinatawag natin generic. Ayan. So nahati sa tatlong phase. We have the beginning phase, the middle intervention phase, and the ending phase. So under beginning phase, so nandyan yung ating assessment and planning. And then the middle intervention phase, we have the intervention. And the ending phase, we have evaluation and termination. Okay. So let's talk about helping process. So we have relationship, working relationship, or helping relationship. So, gaya ng paulit-ulit na sinasabi, so ang kaibahan ng proseso ng pagresolba ng problema under the social work ay yung pag-exist ng relationship with the client and the worker. So this is a basic concept in social work. Specify distinctly the element of relationship as the moving force and effective client-worker problem solving. So ang emphasis niya is on the client-worker relationship, and it is such a crucial factor. It can spell the difference between successful or unsuccessful problem solving. So once okay, yung nabuo nating relationship or working relationship or helping relationship with the client, so ibig sabihin successful yung ating problem solving na ginawa dun sa kliyente. Okay. So we have the components of the helping relationship. Ayan. So we are nakabase tayo lagi on the reality. So more on realistic and objective perception of existing condition. So kaya yung assessment natin laging nakabase kung ano yung reality on the client. Okay. So letter B, we have transparency. And the other one, we have the counter-transparency. Okay. So ang transparent, pag sinabi natin at counter-transparent, ito ay unconscious. So hindi natin namamalayan na halimbawa on our part as a social worker, nagkakaroon na pala tayo ng counter-transparency with the client. And mismo din si client, hindi niya namamalayan na nagkakaroon din siya ng transparency with the worker. Okay? And usually, not reality-based siya. Okay? So, transparency, nagbumula sa mismo doon sa client. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin transparency, this is a type of reaction. Client's displacement on the worker of the particular feelings and attitudes originally experienced toward the family members or people the client is close to. This operates through the mechanism of projection and identification. So halimbawa, halimbawa ikaw ay isang social worker, maaring sabihin ni client, para kang yung aking nanay, malambing din magsalita. Ayan. So kumbaga na-attribute noong kliyente yung characteristic ng kanyang mahal sa buhay doon sa kanyang kinakausap na worker. Okay? So pwedeng sabihin din ng client, para kang yung aking ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. Ayan. So nagkakaroon ng transparency. So attributing the characteristics noong mahal niya sa buhay. Parang ina-attribute niya doon sa kanyang social worker. So counter-transparency naman, ito yung magiging feedback natin doon sa transparency na ginagawa ni client. So it is carrying over the worker's particular feelings and the action to a person and the worker past and applying them to the client. So, minsan nagkakaroon tayo ng counter-transparency without knowing na nagagawa na natin sa. Pwedeng mangyari kasi ang counter-transparency, halimbawa, kapag nagsimula ka ng magbigay ng mga advices. Ayan. So, medyo lumilihis ka na, ibig sabihin. Nandun yung pagiging mong supportive with the client. And nagkakaroon na ng involvement ng personal feelings. So, masyado ka ng nadala halimbawa doon sa mga emotions, sa mga sinasabi ni client, ayan. Or pwede namang nawawala na yung boundaries or professional boundaries between the client and the worker. Okay? Pwede ring pumasok sa mga counter-transparency, kapag ikaw ay nag-share na rin, nagdi-disclose ka na rin ng information mo dun sa kliyente. Which is hindi naman dapat. Okay. So, pwede rin pumasok yung counter-transparency yung pag-develop ng mga romantic feelings. Baka naman ikaw ay ma-in love doon sa iyong kliyente. Ayan. So, yun yung ilang mga bagay na dapat nating iiwasan. Kaya, as a social worker, kailangan natin ng self-awareness. So, dapat nagkakaroon tayo ng constant reflection sa ating mga sarili. At mas mahalaga na higit natin kilala yung ating sarili bago tayo ma-involve on the helping process. So, para maiwasan din yung ganitong mga counter-transparencies. Okay? Okay? So, tingnan natin yung ilan pang mga important